Welcome back to the Ripewave audio community. My name is John, and for this video we were taking hi-fi outdoors and elevating our outdoor music experience. And to do this, we have acquired some Polk Audio Atrium 8 SDI speakers that we can mount onto our house. And this is going to be an upgrade from what we're currently using, which is one of the Bose outdoor Bluetooth portable speakers. And while this has been used quite a bit, it's very convenient. We can just pop it into a bag and use it. It really doesn't, it really isn't good for larger spaces. You want to be pretty close to it. And you got a mono, it's only a single speaker here. So definitely upgrading our experience. I'm not a huge fan of Bluetooth. I feel like we spend a lot of time doing connections. When you bring in another device, you can only connect up to a couple devices at the same time, and switching and determining which one's going to be there. A nice hardwired permanent connection is good. When you start looking at what is available for outdoor speakers, and of course you want something that's resistant to the elements, and we see everything here where we live, from hurricane weather to snow. So we definitely want something that's good for the elements. And as far as weatherproof speakers that are wireless, you're really into the smaller, compact, usually single speaker type configurations. And so it really brings you back to the traditional wired solution. We're using a standard amplifier. Now, granted, there's some better amplifier choices with built-in Bluetooth and wireless capabilities for streaming support, and that can still support the wired speakers. But to get the power output we need, and we have a fairly large backyard here, and to be able to fill the space, we're going with a wired solution, and that tends to be what's out there. Looking at what's available, you see solutions from Sonance, Sonos, Bose, JBL, Klipsch, Yamaha, Definitive Technology, OSD, Dayton, Martin Logan, and others for outdoor use. But we've been pretty much a Polk house here, and looking at some of the prices and the reviews out there, we still think Polk has really hit the balance for the type of solution we're looking for. We feel that Polk has really hit a good balance for quality and everything. So we're back trying Polk again. Now, they don't, in their Atrium series, they haven't moved to a radial ring treater like we have in our in-house speakers. It'll be interesting to bring these inside and do an REW measurement on them and compare them against what we're used to. Kind of apples to apples, using the same amplifiers, the same position, and see how they compare to our normal indoor speakers. But we are expecting, not really the same quality as you would get indoors. But these are all weather. Polk goes through lengths to do testing on these. They do salt and fog tests. They do extreme weather conditions. They're testing these running from 185 degrees Fahrenheit down to negative 45 degrees. So we don't have that extreme range here where we are. We're not by the ocean, that close to the ocean where we have to worry so much about salt and fog. But it's nice that they do that extreme weather testing on these. They do come with a 5-year warranty, but that's not transferable. So you're, as a single owner, that will be fine. That'll take you through the first 5 years. So it's pretty good. Now, the Atrium line has been out for a while. I found one Polk printout here that said that the Atrium line has been around since 1991. I believe these particular models, I can't get a hard date on it, have been around for over a decade. If somebody knows the exact date these were launched, that would be helpful to me to know. So they're not a new product, but they still seem to be a viable product. And speaker technologies don't change a lot over the years, so we can understand that they've kept this. Now, within the Atrium line, they've had they start with their entry level, the Atrium 4, which is a 75 hertz to 25,000 hertz solution with a 4.5-inch driver and a 3/4-inch tweeter. So it sells for $200 a pair. Then they move up to their Atrium 5, which brings you to a 5-inch driver with a 3/4-inch tweeter, dome tweeter. Those go up $100 to $299 a pair. A little better frequency response, dipping down to 60 hertz a pair. The Atrium 6 brings up to a 5.25-inch driver with a 1-inch tweeter. So the tweeter gets improved as well when you move up to the Atrium 6. Then again goes up another $100 a pair to $399. The frequency response dips down lower to 50 hertz, but in this case, with the improved tweeter, goes up to 27,000 hertz on the tweeter, on the high end. There was an Atrium 7, which is now discontinued, that had a 6.5-inch driver and a 1-inch tweeter. I don't know what the selling price, but we can imagine it was a little higher than the other. But this is the Atrium8 SDI, which is their flagship outdoor Atrium speaker. And so with this, you get a single 6.5-inch woofer, the largest woofer on these, and two 1-inch aluminum dome tweeters. Now these have the power port. So the power port is only seen in the Atrium 6 and the 8 SDI. So with this, you do get the power port. So that's what gives you that extra bass extension. And this brings the frequency range on this flagship is 45 hertz to 27,000 hertz. Now, of course, this is the manufacturer reported range, and we're expecting, and it's not quite as good as that as what we typically find is from manufacturer reports. The drivers are mineral filled. They have Klippel optimized these speakers, so there is some care taken in the design process with these, just like any other Polk speakers. These are the heaviest of the set, and so the weight is 9.7 pounds or 4.4 kilograms. So this, you take this down to the Atrium 4, which is the lightest, and the Atrium 4 is, I believe, 3.6 pounds or 1.63 kilograms. So that's the Atrium 4, and then they just get heavier up to these 10-pound, close to 10-pound units that we have. So at this point, and I said they're available in black, or what we got was the white, and as you can see, we have a light colored house behind us, so the white's going to suit us well. So at this point, we're going to open these up. Now, the price that we got these for were $250 each, and there's something unique about these, and I'll explain versus the other model and what the SDI is. But they sell these as single units each. So the price on these is $250 each, but to normalize, the other products that they sell are sold by the pair. So you have to be careful when you're buying speakers. Are they selling them each individual unit or as a pair? And Polk is doing both. The 8 SDIs are sold as each, $250 each or $500 a pair. So let's open these up. Opening it up here. And the first thing we find is the manual. And we've got this packed in a egg crate fashion item. And this just lifts out. Now we bought 2 of these. You can buy them individually. And the whole idea on this, and I'm going to get this out of the plastic sleeve. And these come with the mount to the house, but I'm going to turn this around to the back, and you're going to see that these have 2 sets of binding posts. Now that's not for by wiring. That's for if you want to use these as a single speaker for doing a stereo source. So what you would do if you just wanted to buy one of these at $250 US is wire in the left and the right speaker terminals from your amplifier into these. It's a 5-way binding post, and there's a little selector switch in the back on this, and if you put it to single, it will actually stop you from wiring this side and will be wiring on this. Or if you're doing it as a stereo, which I believe that's what it's set to right now, you wire in your left and right speakers, and this will function as a stereo speaker. Now we're probably going to use these as a single left and right because we bought 2 of these, but we're going to wire. We're to send 4 signals, a 4-conductor wire. Is what I was trying to get at. We're going to be sending wiring 4 conductors to each speaker, so we always have the flexibility to wire this as a stereo or single, and so that's the way our choice is. What's also neat about these speakers, especially if you get the white, is they're paintable. You can take the grill off, you can mask off the binding posts, and the instructions actually tell you how you can paint these. The grill can be removed if you use a paper clip, and I don't have one handy here, and pull it off, and so the grill can be removed, and it will expose the tweeter. There's one tweeter up here, one tweeter to here, and the driver is right in the center with these. The other neat thing is this mounting bracket, and you can mount this in multiple ways. You could do it vertically, horizontally, and they even got these angled 45 angled parts that you could put this into a corner and mount it that way. And you can adjust the angle by using these here and get any angle you want. And they suggest a 45-degree angle. I already looked at the manual online before buying these. So there you have it, the Atrium 8 SDI. And I'm just looking quickly here at the product sheet that they've got with this. And if there's something else I missed here, but they're testing these to military standards for corrosion. The bounding posts are made so that they won't corrode, which is great. They're all weather certified. They're one of the few outdoor speakers with a power port, and if you can, I'll put a link to this if I can find it. There is all the specs for each one of these all on one sheet, which is really good to see. They all seem, no matter what model you get, they all have the mineral fill polypropylene driver, a cabinet, I should say, and they're pretty consistent. They're all 5-way binding posts on each one of these. They all have the speed lock mounting system. The difference is the weight, the size. When it comes to size, these are, from a height perspective, 12.875 inches or 32.7 centimeters. The width on these are 8.5 inches or 21.59 centimeters. And the depth is 9.188 inches or 23.34 centimeters. So they're a larger speaker for outdoors, but if you have a larger space to fill, or you're just interested in some better sound quality, these could be the way to go. So this wraps it up. I'd like to hear from you what your thoughts are on outdoor speakers. If you have your own favorites, if I know Polk often gets rated well for their Atrium line, but do you prefer Sonance, JBL, Klipsch, Dayton, Bose, what have you? What is your favorite outdoor speaker? Do you prefer if you know of self-powered ones that are worth looking at? Of course, my feeling is you got to send a wire to the self-powered anyways. If they're battery powered, they're going to run out of battery at some point and they need to be charged. So using traditional passive technology I think could be the right way, but let's get your feedback. And with that said, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to this Ripewave audio community, and be sure to hit the bell icon so you'll be notified each time a video is posted. Until then, keep evolving your audio experience.